WFLA. Talking Fishing going to be here until 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, you wanted to jump on it, didn't you?
You know I did. I was right there.
Only until 8 o'clock. But we will be talking fish until then. Hopefully, you guys are having a great start to your Saturday. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. That's really what this show is all about, trying to help you guys catch more fish. So if you've got questions, please feel free to bring them. There are no dumb questions in the fishing world. We know some of you catch a lot of fish and maybe just tune in to listen, and we know others maybe tuning in because they're just finding the sport of fishing and wanting some help. So we're here. Myself fishing inshore, Captain Dylan Hubbard here, the legendary Hubbard's Marina name here. Some of the best offshore fishermen in the entire country right here in the Bay Area, and right here on Saturday mornings for you to learn from. So don't be bashful. If you've got a question, again, 1-800-969-9352. How are we looking for weather? I think today's supposed to be pretty nice, no?
Yeah. The weather is finally relented a little bit. It's looking.
It's been brutal, bro.
Epic.
Epic's the word you use?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Epic and nautical.
Butt kicking.
Yeah. It's not been great, but the weather is looking gorgeous this weekend. We've got that first quarter moon and absolutely beautiful conditions today, tomorrow, Monday, and around mid-work week. It was looking beautiful, really, for the next 7 to 10 days, but now around mid-work week, we're seeing a little bit of an increase in that west wind pattern. Nothing crazy this week. We don't have a bunch of storms like we have had for a while now. So rain chances are definitely down, which is nice. Temperatures are going to go up, so it's going to be a hot week. But around midweek, we see a little bit of an increase to a more moderate level of wind. So nothing crazy, but that west wind pattern is hanging around, and we're going to see a little bit more moderate wind conditions through like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Besides that, it's looking pretty good this week.
Okay.
And some good opportunities. We're building to that that full moon coming up next weekend. So increasing tidal flows through the work week, and it should be a really good bite of fish this weekend on the backside of that weather, and then this upcoming weekend right ahead of that full moon, which is at the end of next weekend. So really good bite of fish this weekend and next based on the weather conditions that we're looking at right now.
Nice. Our weather update is always brought to you by our good friends here at Reese Windows and Doors, installing most windows and doors in 6 to 8 weeks, and now you can win them for free. Just pick up the phone and text HAPPY, that's HAPPY, to 20129, so you can win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese. Just remember, that's it. Text HAPPY to 20129 to win $15,000 in new impact windows and doors.
Pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
We've got our live feed up this morning, so you can always follow us on the Real Animals Facebook page, the Hubbard's Facebook page as well. You can drop your comments and questions there. I got to believe, I know for me, I got to fish yesterday, which was kind of fun because there wasn't a whole lot of fishing going on since, really Friday before last.
Mm-hmm.
So
weather's been
it's
treacherous.
Just been horrible, dude. And the only thing that scares me, as you were, talking about in the weather report there, whenever we're in this west wind pattern, you get the opportunity, it seems like, cranks up for those early morning storms to sweep in off the Gulf.
Yep.
So that's, something to keep an eye on. Yesterday morning, I was all excited because the weather looked like, hey, Friday we're good to go. Pat O'Brien, one of the big wigs with Ring Power. Yeah, well, and it was weird because it was breezier than what they were calling for when we left the marina. Went out, caught some bait, came back in, picked up my customers, was headed back out and had to pump the brakes. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like, we had a big band just come through just north of the Skyway Bridge. I imagine Hubbard's probably got some of it yesterday morning, no?
Yesterday morning was one of those mornings where I was sitting in my office with my crystal ball, and I got my headdress on, and I was looking into the future.
Voodoo dolls.
And I luckily got it right. We were very blessed. And those early morning shower bands definitely create an issue, right?
Yeah.
Because we're getting ready to head offshore, and everybody's like,
"Is this a good idea?
Are we going? Are we going to do this right now? You sure?"
Right.
And just looking at a bunch of different forecast models and a little bit of luck, and we got it right. We headed out, we pushed southwest, and the boats didn't get rain, and we at Hubbard's Marina got a sprinkle, maybe. It was pretty wild. We were actually, I was up on the boardwalk doing our Fox 13 thing, and they've got like $75,000 worth of camera equipment and live units. And we're sitting there live on the news, and all of a sudden the air temperature drops 20 degrees, the wind switches directions, the sky gets dark. And I was like, yep, everything's cool here. We finished the segment, and I look at the camera guy. I was like, we timed that pretty good. And it never did rain, but that we got that drop. So
it happened at O'Neill's, too. I was actually headed out. I'm like, okay, it looks like it's north of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I went underneath the Meisner Bridge, was headed for a spot, and all of a sudden you could feel that temperature drop. And I thought, wait, hold on.
Makes the hair on your arms.
It does, too. I'm like, okay, we're going to run back to the marina here quick and just try to
wait this one
dry.
out.
Yeah, just stay dry and see what this thing's going to do. You know, it looks, when I was looking at the radar on my phone, I'm like, well, it's all north of us. It looks like it's pushing inland. We should be good. But it just kind of kept growing a little bit our way, and I kept thinking, man, you get around the corner here somewhere, and you end up, you're 5 minutes into your 4-hour trip, and you end up, everyone's soaked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I don't know. Let's just hold off a touch.
There's so many great weather apps, and everybody always asks, what's your favorite radar app?
I don't think I have a favorite. I mean, I use my radar.
My radar?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's head shaker. I know every time. Listen, by now, Dylan and I have been doing the show long enough to know, you guys should know by now that he sets me up. If it's a technical question, he's like, what do you use? And then whatever I say, he's like, really, dude? You're horrible. Like, really? That's pathetic.
No, I like my radar too, because I like my radar for the aspect of that it's nationwide and you can really zoom around and it shows you a lot of different things. So my radar is cool and it's free. Right. So my radar app is
I've had it for
from
a
general public aspect, I would recommend my radar app.
Well, what do you use?
For someone like yourself
you're the
who makes money on the water, who depends on the weather, the one that I love and use religiously on all my different devices is called Radar Scope. And Mike Boylan from Mike's Weather Page, when we were in Johns Pass running around from Hurricane Ada, he was using it. I was like, dude, what is that radar app? That's so cool. And he gave me the name. It's Radar Scope. But there's a free version. There's one that's like $2 or $3. There's one that's $20, and then there's a version that's $100. It's crazy.
$100 a month?
A year.
Really?
But dude, it's 100% worth it.
Really?
It saved me many, many a times. And it gives you really, really detailed information. So it can definitely help you, like, making that decision on whether to turn back or hang out at the Meisner kind of thing. So it's a really cool app.
Radar Scope.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I hope my wife's not listening right now because you just cost her $100. She's not going to be happy with you.
It's 6:15. We're good.
No, she was
After
up when
7,
I left. Actually, she was up when I left. So. Yeah, it might
Sorry, Beth.
Might not be good for you. You're usually popular at my house, but that could be fading.
No, it's a great app. I highly recommend it. And there is a free version too, but as you obviously go up, there's some other
What do you
options.
use on a regular basis? What's the weather app you use, like, day to day? Like, just a quick, what's it look like?
There's not one. I check about 6.
Okay.
The main ones that I use the most are right on our website at hubbardsmarina.com. If you click fishing trips, you can click fishing weather or something like that. It's weather something. I forget what it's named specifically. A fishing weather links page. And the weather links page has all the different things that I check. Wind finder, the NOAA buoys. For me, I like looking at forecasts, but you also have to look at real time. And so I look at the forecast and I look at real time. Is the real time below or above the forecast? If I know the real time is showing above the forecast, then I can understand that the forecast probably wrong. Is the wind higher? Does that mean the seas are going to catch up?
As long as you've been doing this, you don't just assume the forecast is wrong. I mean, how often do they really, like, seriously, bro? I mean,
The forecast is almost never right. That's 100%.
almost never is accurate.
Yeah, it gets close. It gives you an idea. It gives you a rule of thumb. But yeah, I mean, for a weather model to be right, forecasts are more correct the closer to the time. Like there's 3 different rain models. So you can look at a radar and then you can switch over to a rain model and it'll show you where that radar is going to move and project where that storm's going to move. And the one that I look at a lot is HRRR or something like that. And it updates every 15 minutes. And it's so wild. One will show where this storm's going to go and I'll look at it and then I'll watch on the radar in real time. And it's almost never right. But it's close. It gives you an idea. And that's kind of what forecasts do, right?
So all you can ask for probably, I guess, is close. I mean, the weather, especially here in Florida, where it changes so fast.
But as far as like wind forecasts, I like Windy app, the Wind Finder, and then NOAA, and I kind of look at the 3 and kind of average them and get an idea. And over time, one will be right. Like 1 week, Windy's right on, Wind Finder's off. The next week, Wind Finder's right, Windy's way off. And you kind of just follow the pattern and follow the trend as best you can. And then as far as like radar apps, Radar Scope is my favorite, but I like my radar.
It better be for $100.
Well, there's a free version, but my radar gives you the whole Gulf, so it's kind of cool to see where things are coming from. But then getting above and beyond that, things like weathermodels.com, but really Mike's weather page gives you all the tools you need and more, and all of those are free. You just got to know where to look.
Well, and you guys fish, with Hubbard's being an offshore company that runs so many different versions of trips, the near shore stuff, the deep stuff. I mean, you got your
to Shellin and dolphin tours,
right? and then the where you're out there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that, I pull it up and I'm like, okay, I just need to see Tampa and the Bay.
Yeah.
Like what's happening right there. Mm-hmm. You need to see what's happening over the next couple of days all over the Gulf. So that's why you're a good, a good barometer for, a good app. So there you are. We talked weather for a whole segment. Hopefully we dropped you some knowledge there, a little bit of help. We've got Capt Mike in Big Pine Key. We're going to talk to him on the other side. The great Jason Behringer in the house making us rock and roll this morning. So his will be the first voice you hear. If you want to, again, drop questions, comments, fishing reports, please do it right here, 1-800-969-9352. Light them up. We'll be back. Finding a plumber or an electrician. Good stuff.
Where'd your little mic go?
Right here.
Oh, perfect.
I put it up, dog.
I was like, where'd it go?
Where'd it go? Where'd who go?
Morning, Kenny Keene, early riser charters. Morning, Christine, Gary, William, Keene. Dan the Fishman, what's up, buddy? David DeVoe, Robert Moore, Stephen Batchelor, Jim Demmel, good morning. Big O, what's up, dude? What's your go-to raincoat that keeps you dry? Mine is a Gore-Tex rain suit I got from Bass Pro Shops when back in like 2018 or 2019, they were just rolling out these Gore-Tex suits, so Bass Pro Shops gave all of us a really deep discount on getting a Gore-Tex rain suit, which is, I think it retails for like $600 or $700. At least when they came out, they were super expensive. But I was able to get it at a really good discounted rate, and that stuff is the bee's knees. A Gore-Tex is top of the line. So if you can swing it, a Gore-Tex rain suit is the best. For sure. And there's every company kind of has their own model of it. AFCO makes a really good one. I know there's Hook has a really nice one. Basically something that's light, because in Florida a lot of times it's warm, right? So I like the light rain jacket that's going to be completely waterproof, have a little bit of a liner so it's comfortable, and then some of the high-end stuff will even have an inner liner that you can zip and unzip. So like the
The one that I have in the winter, I can put an inner liner in it, and it's extra warm. And then in the summer, I can take that extra liner out, and it's just real thin. So it depends, but there's a few models. What's your favorite rain jacket?
God, that's a good, solid question. I wear gills, obviously, but gills doesn't really, I mean, that's not their specialty. We've got some stuff that works, especially for catching bait, some light stuff.
They do have rain gear?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But it's real light. It's not very commercial grade, if you will. The problem I have with rain gear is the really good stuff, some of the Helly Hansen stuff, all that stuff it's heavy.
Yeah.
So for us, if you got to put it on, you may sweat to death while you're in it.
That's why that Gore-Tex stuff is so nice.
It's a little breathable.
Light.
Yeah,
so
light
light.
and breathable. Frog Togs has done a good job of kind of evolving as a company.
Frog Togs is similar to Gore-Tex, but they have different levels, right?
Yeah.
You can get the $20, $30, $40 stuff, or you can get the $800 stuff.
Right.
So Frog Togs is a good option.
It is. It's a good option. I know some of the guys on the Pro Tour, Bobby Lane is a Frog Togs guy for a reason. Those guys that got to fish in all those different crazy elements on the pro, bass trail. So, it's a good choice. Gill makes good stuff. I got a set of some Yamaha Pro fishing stuff that they gave us. It's a little heavy. It's more of a midweight to heavyweight gear, but that's by Gill, and it's really good. That stuff's held up a long time. Of course, I don't wear it every day to catch bait in or anything either. So.
Someone didn't show up.
Why can't I get to that page? What am I doing here?
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell.
Where is my?
Not
How
only
come
about
it's
the
gone?
peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Where did my other page go? What the hell, bro?
For our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
That's slow to the draw here.
Hey, Cindy, Dylan.
Hey, apparently one of the staff members didn't show up at nonstop. Do you know who's scheduled with Tony, or could you look for me?
I got it. I gotta go. I'm back on the radio. Can you text me?
Hubbard's Marina. Now your captains, Mark Anderson and Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. 625 here at the iHeart Media Empire. If you're looking to go to Costa Rica, if you want to make the trip, if it's on your bucket list, give us a call at 1-866-GAMEFISH. We got a trip going March 2024, the 11th through the 15th. You can go to zancudolodge.com and check it out. We've got several couples signed up already. Got some great people going. It'll be, I think, my 6th or 7th time. My wife's 4th or 5th time that we've been.
She outfishes you every time.
Every time, dude. Every time. And
You set yourself up.
If
on that
I was
one.
a betting man, I would say put money on her kicking my butt again. That's just how it goes for me in Costa Rica. Well, actually, every time I fish with Beth, doesn't matter where it is. Citrus County, Crystal River, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we're going to the Zancudo Lodge, zancudolodge.com. That's ZANCUDO, zancudolodge.com. 5-star accommodations. D-Hubs here has been there with me.
Beautiful.
Him and his lovely bride. His whole family went with us. We had a great trip. So it's a fantastic place, and it's come miles from when Dylan and I were there together. It's Greg Muffson and his wife Goldina put a lot of money into the place. They got a fleet of Contender 32s. They just got the new big Contender out there as well. So lots of good stuff. The fishing's incredible. If you want to do Costa Rica with us, give us a call, 1-866-GAMEFISH. I'll give you all the details. Let's go to the phones here. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Let's go to, I don't think it was this. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, cool. I grabbed the right mouse. Everything's mouse now. It used to be push button. Let's go to Capt Mike down in Big Pine Key. Michael, how are you?
Hey, it's Captain Mike joining Dylan today as his special guest.
You like that, right? Hey, listen, do not poke fun at my schedule, okay? I'm just getting my schedule to where I really like it, so don't be poking fun.
Right. You're the hardest working man in the fishing business in the Tampa Bay area.
I am. I'll tell you what,
probably,
I'm super blessed. I'm super blessed because I have Dylan. I've got Mike and Ben on Sundays, and for a little over 21 years, Sundays have been the go-to, and then for 14 years plus now or so, it's been Saturday and Sunday. So it's really nice for me to just be able to walk away on some weekends and have these great guys have my back. So hopefully everyone's enjoying the shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm blessed, bro. So
absolutely.
talk to me, bud.
Well, let me tell you real quick. The fishing in the Keys been fantastic. A lot of yellowtailing, mutton snapper. Dylan, I'm still reporting it to FWC. Send them an email every now and then, and having to descend them and using the descending devices. And people always want to see what that thing is all about, and it's neat. I teach them. So
return them right.
As far as the trolling pelagics, the mahi is what everybody wants to come down and catch, and we're getting plenty. We're getting our shots like 4 to 5 shots at 18 to 20 pounders or over a day. And, if you got the right person on the rod, they get it. If they don't, they lose it. But we're still getting plenty of mahi and everything. And really why I called today was to congratulate my stepdaughter and her husband. We added a grandson about 7-8 days ago.
That's awesome, man.
8 pounds, 12 ounce, Brixton Daniel Pompano, spelled like Pompano. So he's a fishing kid already.
Yeah, Brixton. That's cool. Cool name.
Brixton, Brixton. And to Dylan, congratulations on the USA Today thing that you won for Best Fishing Charter.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, Best Fishing Charter in the country.
It was on the news.
In the country.
Yeah.
Nice.
And third best boat tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're stupid.
I was going to say, but you got to compete a lot with boat tours. I don't know what boat tours include, but it could be anything from snorkeling to sandbars to all that stuff. But I got to tell you something. 2 top 3s, a win and a top 3 in the other category. I got to tell you something. You better add a few more phone lines. I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of calls.
Mike, I'm up against the break. I got to let you go, pal. My apologies. Great call for sure. We'll. I want to talk more about that on the other side for sure. Big win. Good stuff. We've got Donald and Luce up on the other side as well. Hated to cut Mike off there, but we got up against the break. We'll be back. 970 WFLA.
Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk.
Yeah, we won Best Boat Tour. Now we did that Tampa Bay Best of the Best, so we're wondering where we placed on that. But hopefully we grab that too. That'd be awesome.
So business is good?
Yeah, life is good. Weather's been treacherous.
Yeah. Well, your dad said it. Your dad called it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it is.
El Nino.
Kicking our butt.
Yeah. So 2 people no call, no show this morning. Yeah. Not that many.
No, but I was wondering, 2 out of 10?
Oh, yeah, probably.
What's the percentage?
Yeah. This morning, as far as staff goes, 2 out of 10, probably.
It's impressive, man, what you guys have done over there, what you're doing. It's really impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very blessed. Be right back.
Yeah, buddy.
From the Boss Mason Traffic Center, ongoing crash in Lakewood Ranch. You see the right lane and shoulder blocked on 75 southbound at University Parkway. This report is sponsored by STEM. If the weather calls for rain, then the rain calls for mosquitoes. Keep them away with STEM. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to repel mosquitoes.
See what we got going on here this morning.
STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science. I'm Pat Largo, News
Love
Radio.
the show. See you at ICAST in a couple weeks. Chris Hardwood, that's our boy. What's up, captains? Big O checking in.
Temperatures starting out mid to upper 70s. Yep, it's warm and humid.
Go-to
And it's
raincoat.
gonna
We
be
talked
another
about
hot one today,
that.
Of course, in the low 90s, feels like 100 to 105. And any
Solid.
storms that do
But
form
footwear
along
on the
coast
boats.
or
Yeah.
Big O talking about footwear. I'm a Hoka guy right now. I just
I-
ordered
I-
some more.
I just ordered my first pair yesterday.
I'm telling you, dude.
I really like these On running shoes. I've been wearing them for a
On
long
Cloud?
time. Yeah.
Those are called On Cloud.
On Cloud. I thought it was On running.
Oh, maybe. I think it's an OC, right?
Yes. I don't know.
I think it's On Cloud. I think is what they're
On
called.
Cloud.
I haven't tried a pair. I hear good reviews on them.
They wear out fast.
Do they? I'm really
That's my
so far, and I haven't had the Hokas very long. Game changer for my feet. My feet are bad.
Yeah.
I'm usually a bad foot guy. Like,
Yeah. I've been really fine, but my whole life I really haven't had foot problems. But lately, I've been walking so much and doing those long walks with a weighted vest.
yeah.
And dude, it's killing my feet. I have really bad plantar fasciitis now.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
like
you-
painful. Like by
Listen.
the end of a 4-mile walk, I'm like darn near teared up.
I'm gonna give you there's a simple fix for that.
What?
It's the Good Feet store.
Yeah.
My inserts changed the whole game for me as my plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is a huge problem with basketball players
Yeah.
from jumping. So my plantar fasciitis has been bothering me for decades.
Yeah. I got plantar fasciitis inserts, but I just got like the Dr. Scholl's ones.
I'm telling you right now, dude, go to the Good Feet store, get fitted for them, spend the money. It will change your life just like that.
And you put them in your
Every day.
Hoka shoes.
They're in my shoes right now. I'm wearing Asics this morning. They're in my Asics. I put them in my hunting boots.
Oh,
That's why I wear
you
tennis
just
shoes
get
on
one
the boat.
pair and you move them from
Yep,
shoe to shoe.
Yeah, they're not cheap,
Yeah.
but once you get them, like you'll wear them out. Big guys like you and I, mine will get like where they flatten out.
Yeah.
You go in there, it's like $10. You get a brand new pair, and you walk out of there and you're like, oh, there it is.
Oh, it's like $10 for a new pair once you get fitted
Cheap,
and measured
yep.
the first time.
Yep. I mean, I've gone away from them. Like I went away from them for some reason a couple years back, and then all of a sudden it popped back up, and I couldn't figure it out, and I literally was like, man. I went to the Good Feet store. He's like, yeah, we got to change this, change that. You know, $10. I literally, from the time I walked out of the store to my truck, I went, you're a dumbass. My feet immediately felt better, just immediately. I'm
The
like,
Good Feet store.
yeah. They got them over there in Pinellas County.
I've heard of Happy Feet.
No, it's Good Feet store.
No, not Happy Feet.
Well,
It's a
Happy
Good
Feet,
Feet
Happy
store.
Feet sells a bunch of different shoes and
Yeah.
Birkenstocks and things like that that are supposed to be good for your feet. So I'm not dogging them, but the Good Feet store is where I used to endorse it on the radio.
Dude, we don't have a Good Feet store. We got Happy Feet Plus. That's it.
It's got to be a Good Feet store in Pinellas County. I used to go over there and do
The only Good Feet store is North Tampa and then South Tampa by you.
I know there's one in Riverview for sure, or Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the one I go to.
Yeah, Brandon, Sarasota, and like
There was the one in
way,
Pinellas.
way
That's too
north
bad.
Tampa.
It's really good stuff. They're expensive, but it's good.
Oh, it's over by Bass Pro Nice.
It is. It's right there. It's actually across from the mall. Regency on Highway 60, at the mall to the south. Regency Plaza to the north. It's in that Regency Plaza to the north of that.
Oh, there's one in Dunedin.
Yeah, Dunedin. That's where I went. Yep.
Dunedin,
There's one
yeah.
in Dunedin. I knew there was
So
one.
there is one in Pinellas County.
I knew there
Just
was
got to
one
go
in
north.
Pinellas County. Yeah. Game changer for my feet. I can't be without them. The bad part is,
That it's in Dunedin.
well, the bad part is, on the cruise, when you just want to wear I just want to wear, put on a pair of flip flops and walk to the.
I don't wear flip flops anymore for that reason.
If I walk a bunch in them flip flops, my feet are
Yeah,
barking.
my lower back, my knees, my hips.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
I can't wear flip flops anymore. I'm
telling
turning 30 and stopped wearing flip flops.
Me too. I used to wear Crocs. Horrible. Welcome back. 636 here at the iHeart Media Empire. The Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show. Captain Mike Anderson. Captain D. Hubs, Dylan Hubbard in studio taking your calls. Phone lines are open. 1-800-969-9352. With all that rain we had, hopefully your roof is doing the job it needs to be doing. If for some reason it's not give our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems a call. They've got over 3 decades of roofing experience. They're defined by integrity, respect, honesty. I've spent a lot of time on the boat with the owner of this company, and they're great people. He brings his daughters out with me every year. He's a family guy with family values, and he's been a part of the show here for many, many years. So if you're looking for a roofer you can trust, call our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. You can give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF and get a free estimate, or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Again, lots of stuff going on. We've got the Bartow Ford Real Animals Fishing Conversation, which we had a really good turnout when it was just me. So I imagine we'll have an even better turnout August 1st, that Tuesday.
Because you got a Hall of Famer.
Because we brought the Hall of Famer in. We're cheating the system, bringing in the heavy hitters. Captain Lisa Fitzgerald joins me Tuesday, August 1st, 6 to 8 p.m. at Bartow Ford. We're going to have, again, our good friend Dana, Silver Ring Cafe.
Did you have to, call her people?
Line. Because, normally you got to get in line. You got to...
Yeah. It's like when someone calls 866 Game Fish and Captain Mike Anderson answers the phone.
There's only one phone at my place. I'm not a Hall of Famer. I'm like, hey, I need some people. I'm going to hire Jason Behringer to help too, because he's great.
He makes you sound pretty. That's
he does,
sure.
yeah. I need all the help I can get. Anyway, Silver Ring Cafe, Bull Bay Rods, Ingle Coolers, all going to be involved. Tuesday, August 1st, 6 to 8 p.m., Bartow Ford, Real Animals Fishing Conversation. Worth the trip out there. Lisa Fitzgerald, kingfish, tarpon, redfish tournaments. She's won them all. She's in the Hall of Fame for a reason, besides the fact she's just a great human. CCA Florida Star Tournament's going on right now. Hopefully you guys are all involved in that. It's a great way to win, $500,000 worth of prizes possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Someone who fishes around the pass all the time and gets shrimp with us every morning, fishes on a paddleboard. Super great guy. His name's Dylan, ironically. He caught a tagged redfish.
Oh, really?
And he was freaking out, came back to I caught a tagged redfish. I was like, really? Let me see a picture. It was a white tag. It was one of the FWs, or it was a CCA Duke Energy released fish that had the white research tag.
Oh, wow.
So it was a tagged redfish, but it wasn't a CCA star.
Was he in the star tournament?
He was not.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, dude,
so
if you show me a picture of a redfish with a red tag, you are so screwed, bro.
You're stupid. We're going to make fun of you.
Yeah, for a long time.
You should have been in it.
Instead of fishing off that paddleboard you got there, you could have been fishing off a contender.
Imagine turning the key as the Yamaha cranks up.
Yes, on your brand new free contender boat. That costs you $40 to enter the star tournament.
Yeah, come on. It's a no-brainer.
$40.
It's a no-brainer.
Don't have tagrets.
Giant tagrets.
Yeah, I stole that one.
That's nice. Is that a Fitzgerald?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a Fitzgerald. It's a CCA star tournament thing
Hopefully
now.
she'll call in and we'll ask her if she's ever had tagrets. That's awesome. Let's go quickly to Donald in Lutz, and then we'll get a freshwater report from Ron out at Lake Alfred. Donald, how are you this morning, brother?
Excellent. Welcome back, Captain Mike.
Thanks, buddy.
Hope all is well with you. Hey, Captain Dylan. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Last Saturday, I had the privilege of guiding a veteran. He's a Navy veteran of 20 years, Eduardo. What a great guy in a kayak. He hasn't fished in over 15 years, he told me.
Wow.
So I guided him up to these mangroves. I said, cast into these mangroves. These look really good. Well, he wound up catching the most fish out of all the anglers and the veterans.
Nice.
And it was awesome. He got 3 redfish, a trout, and a sheep's head.
Oh,
so
that's
that
awesome.
Was very cool.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
cool.
it was a great day out with him.
I'm going to have to hire you. You had a better day than I did.
I wound up catching 2 fish. I was using paddle tails. Got a 28-inch red and a 26-inch snook.
Wow, nice.
And that snook danced a bit. He watched it as it leapt out of the water twice. So that's just awesome. Got him on the CCA measuring board. Had the redfish in the open and the snook in the kayak. So it was very cool.
Awesome,
cool.
man.
Yeah, good job.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's cool. Speaking of our veterans, anytime you get a chance to do something for the veterans, it's a good thing, man. There's no doubt about it. Our men and women service members, both here and abroad, we can't thank them enough for what they do. There's no doubt about it.
That's exactly what RAC is all about. That's we're trying to raise money, get some kayaks. We got some rod and reels. I know Mahoney helped us out with stuff. and it's just awesome. All the different, everybody that's helping out, with donations and stuff. So it's very cool trying to get all these veterans out on the water. Paddle, fish, heal.
Yep.
That's what the old motto was. So
Good stuff.
I'd like to
Paddle,
keep that.
fish, heel. That's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
I hope that's on a T-shirt.
It
Like
should
a
be.
kayak silhouette.
It should be.
It should be.
It should be.
It just did. It just did.
It's happening. It's happening now. Good call, Donald. Sounds like you've been having some fun on the water, buddy. That's good stuff, man. Good
Yep.
job.
Absolutely.
All right,
Hey, you
bud.
guys take care. Stay safe as always.
Thanks, Bell.
Thanks for taking the call.
Good to
We'll
hear
see
your
you
voice,
guys.
buddy. All right, bud.
You
Good
too.
stuff. Everybody's catching fish but me. It's great. Let's go. Let's go check in with
Have we talked about all the red snapper we're catching?
Oh man, we're gonna check in with our good friend Ron at Ron's Tackle Box here in beautiful Lake Alfred for our freshwater report. Ronnie, how are you?
Doing great this morning. Weather's going to be beautiful, nice and hot today, but it's nice this morning.
No doubt.
But
Nice.
fishing's been great. We're getting a lot of rain out here every afternoon, and it has the water moving around, and that really helps the fishing. Bass fishing. One of my customers last Sunday was fishing a tournament over here in the chain, and it got real windy, so he went into the canal and got a 5 and a 7 while he was waiting for the storm to pass
Studs.
in the canal.
That's the good
Like,
Lord
wow.
telling you where to go right there. Go fish this
He
canal.
would have never
Cast your
thought
net
that.
on the other side.
He's just trying to get out of the weather.
That's great.
But, yeah, they're in the canals. They're in the mouth of the canals. When all this water is running around here, we have a lot of different connections from one lake to another. Fishing
awesome.
the mouth of them has been real good because a lot of activity. Little movement of water brings them up there.
That makes
They're
sense.
catching all the shrimp and all the bait fish and stuff coming through. And the big bluegills right now, lake down here called Lake Swoop, some beautiful bluegill, shellcracker, some Mahan cichlids, some peacock bass. It's amazing.
Really?
People say, oh, there ain't no peacock bass up here. Well, that lake is loaded with them.
Really?
Whoa.
For some reason. Yeah, somebody must have transplanted them years ago because they're catching, from little 2-3 inch ones all the way to 14-inch fish.
Nice.
That's cool.
But I believe that we get a hard freeze one day and they'll be gone from there. But
Yeah, it could
we
be.
haven't had that, so they're thriving.
Okay. That's
They're
interesting.
real good.
The options are endless
Yep.
in Polk
Yes.
County.
Huge amount of
It's
lakes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Here.
Huge amount.
A lot
554
of water,
lakes.
554 lakes.
There it is.
Plenty of water.
Every time I'm over there, and I'm over there quite a bit with the softball habit that I have, lots of tournaments in Polk County, and there's just
I'd call it an addiction.
It might be an addiction. It might be. I think I have as many softball bats as I have fishing rods now, which is kind of terrible. But
That's upsetting because I've seen your garage. And there's a lot of rods in there.
there's a lot of softball bats. None of them work great, but it's I'm still working to find one that does. But I was just over there last week, and that rain, the amount of rain we got over there in Polk County was incredible on Saturday, especially, and then through Saturday night. But just heading over there,
Yeah.
you see, like Ron, you were saying, all the little connecting canals that they have. And I'm always looking at
Right.
them. I'm always thinking of Ron. I'm like, oh, we've had some rain.
This is fishy.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in there, but that's where you should be. I'll bet they're in there. There's pads
They're in
and
there.
moving water. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. What's the bait of choice? Are we still booyah?
The booyah, it's been hot this week.
Dumb question.
I'll tell you. It's the royalty color, the purple one. They make a lot of colors, but that's the one. It really works. Everybody that comes in here and buys them, they come back and buy more.
I have one, and I'm afraid to use it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to use it.
It's still in the package.
It's still in the
years
package too.
ago.
I have it up.
Yeah.
I have it up on my tackle wall in the garage that I do some of my social media work on. I have it sitting there so that when people, if anybody
It
asks,
won't catch any fish in your garage.
well, that's a good thing, probably. I live close.
Not
to the,
yet.
I live close to the Alphi River. If we're catching fish in my
Right.
garage, things went terribly wrong.
Oh, boy. But you have to break it out. You can do it.
I'm scared.
I know it's not one of your choices, but
It
That's
could be
the one that works.
I see it. It's a good-looking color. It really is.
It
I
is.
often want to take it to the saltwater and run it down some dock lines and see if
For
you don't
snook.
get
Definitely.
yeah or
Bobby
grouper.
said it worked.
Grouper. I'll bet you the grouper would pound that thing.
It's a good color.
It'll
It is
work.
a good color. Yeah,
I
no
like
doubt.
to use out there the 3/4 ounce. It's a bigger one. This one here is a half ounce one.
You know, it's interesting. I spent some time in Louisiana here, and I went out there with Strike King, and their new saltwater. They've been in the saltwater game for a long time, but obviously Strike King Lures is one of the most popular brands on the freshwater side, with one of the best freshwater teams ever. Van Dam and Grigsby and Hackney and all them guys are Strike King guys. And they took their red-eye shad from the saltwater side and they slid them over to the saltwater side and put bigger hooks on them, saltwater hooks and all this stuff. So I get out to Louisiana with Mike Fournette, who's a legendary captain out of Venice. He immediately, I'm like, okay, we're going to go to I'm going to a paddle tail because I'm a paddle tail guy. He went to the red-eye shad in a 3/4 ounce, and he stuck big redfish on the red-eye shad in 5 foot of water.
Whoa.
Out there. It's unbelievable. And now some of the colors are a little bit different. We've got some purplish colored, red-eye shad on the saltwater side on the Strike King baits, but they work really well. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, the other day, as I'm loading up my Strike King bag with the red-eye shad, I'm just thinking to myself, it's crazy how so many of these baits cross over so well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't. A lot of the people don't. The freshwater guy will go to the saltwater baits. The saltwater guy stays out of the freshwater section, which makes no sense to me because there's so many baits in the freshwater section that transfer over really well.
I like just walking through the freshwater section because you always see these really unique things.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
That red eye shad, they make about 4 dozen colors.
Right. Yeah. They make a pile of different colors. Yeah, they really do. It's been such a staple in the Strike King line for years.
And what saltwater guys don't realize is the wide assortment of freshwater jigs. I had no idea there was a huge swim bait, jerk bait market up to $800 a lure. These massive. I had no idea that was a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
I just learned that this year.
I'm out of the $800 ones.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm out of them.
Well, and
Don't have any.
what's interesting, and as we're headed into July, which is for Dylan and I, it's our trip to Orlando for the ICAST convention, which is a buyer's convention in the fishing world. But, Ronnie, you've been there many years. It's a buyer's convention, and when you walk into it, even in the center of the state of Florida, where you're an hour and 20 minutes from saltwater either way, whatever direction you decide to go, it's amazing how much of that floor space at the convention center is covered in freshwater compared to saltwater.
Yeah.
I mean, it's astronomical, the amount of, and that's why I think the saltwater guys should open up their eyes a little bit and spend a little more time in the freshwater aisle.
It's interesting because to me it gives a really good cross section of the whole industry. Right?
The ICAST used to have a lot of fly fishing, which they kind of got away from that. But the fly fishing displays were unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
also.
true. Yeah, that's true too.
Fresh and saltwater.
And that's what I mean is you'll see a large portion of the sales floor is all freshwater.
Yeah.
And then another large portion of the floor is all fly fishing. Then only a small minority is saltwater. And an even smaller minority, 10 booths, are offshore saltwater fishing.
That's true too.
I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. That always rings really true and is always really eye-opening to me. When I attend ICAST, because I'm skipping around looking at the app trying to find the Fathom offshore booth and then trying to find this booth, and you're skipping around the whole show trying to find these small sections of offshore fishing. It's pretty
that's
funny.
true, especially the hardcore offshore stuff. Yeah.
When I go out there, I can only go one day.
Right.
Can't see it all.
No shot.
No. But what's interesting too is that it's not that big an industry. The fishing industry is not that big because you think about it, and I tell new companies this when I meet owners of new companies that are in the fishing business, the entire fishing industry, except boats, motors, and trailers, fits in one convention center in Orlando.
Yeah, and not even the whole, like, we only take up a very small section of
Yeah,
that convention
it's right.
center.
It's really not right.
Yeah.
But and again, I'm not talking about all the tackle stores and all that stuff, but I'm just talking about the industry kind of as a whole. The people who are selling most of the product. Obviously, not everyone goes to ICAST, but a lot of the companies go. It's one of the biggest fishing conventions on the planet. It's interesting to me how when you sit back and think about the fishing industry, almost the entire thing fits in one convention center in Orlando.
Right.
That's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it change. The shows I used to go to in the 70s were just like a motel somewhere.
Right.
It was not a big thing.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I'm going in my 48th year in business.
God bless you, my friend. And doing it well. Tell everybody how they can find you out there, Ronnie.
I'm at 380 South Lakeshore Way, which is 1792 in Lake Alfred. Phone number 863-956-4990.
You are the freshwater guru, and we appreciate you. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Be good.
See you, bud.
Yep.
There he is, the great Ron Shelfo out at Ron's Tackle Box in Lake Alfred. Always look forward to seeing him at ICAST. Hopefully we'll see him this year. I try to get lunch with him when he does show up. Great human out there. Stop by and check him out. He will put you on the fish for sure. Phone line's wide open, 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
Hey, it's Dana McKay, and I get up early. We're talking 3 a.m. during the week, so the sleep I get needs to be good quality sleep.
Ron Shelfo.
I figured people would start with the, hey, good to have you back. Where you been?
That hasn't been too bad.
That's okay. It doesn't bother me. It's making my brain feel a little better.
Yeah.
I don't want to totally burn out. You know what I mean?
It's important.
It's really important. I'm blessed to have you and the Real Animals team all here together.
Yeah. You set it up right.
Well,
Speaks to your leader.
set it up. Whatever. Set it up. I got the right guys that, Mahoney likes doing it. You like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Ben likes doing it. So it makes it not so painful. You need to watch your gears.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, bro. Just be careful. Because you are all over the place. I mean, Father's Day, dude. You were knee-deep Father's Day.
Yeah. Saturday night I celebrated. It wasn't Mother's Day, dog.
I'm telling you, friend to friend, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I hear you.
I was knee-deep in it at your age, too. And you just don't want it to... You don't want to get burnt.
Yeah. Dude, Father's Day at Bass Pro Shops. Holy crap.
You were saying that.
Dude. Have you been there before? Have you been to the store before?
Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah.
Right by my house?
Yeah, you've been there, right?
Yeah.
So you know how the registers, and then it goes, it's like a big square.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way down to the foot department, and then all the way through hunting and then the gun department. The line to check out to buy something started at the registers and wrapped to the gun department.
From the front of the store or
From the front of the store, all the way down, all the way back to the gun department.
Yeah, there's no way.
I talked to a lady at the front of the line because I wanted to buy some reels for the Marina. I was like, how long have you been in line? She said, I've been in line for 45 minutes to buy something.
Never happened.
I would have just put it down and ordered it online.
I'd have been like, I'm out.
Crazy, man. I've never seen a line so long. I've never seen so many people in there. It was awesome. Whoa. Donald Waberman said, I love the Bass Pro Shops in Vegas. It has a casino. That's a thing?
What?
That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
I didn't know there was a Bass Pro Shops in Vegas.
It probably is now. They put them everywhere.
Yeah.
I told them that when they put the one here. When I went to the meeting.
Yeah.
You guys going to make this thing like Hooters, bro.
Yeah.
Now I don't go to the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Bass Pro Shop. Well, it used to be like, oh, damn, Bass Pro, got to go.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I just walk into one of my neighborhood now.
Yeah.
Just like Hooters. You know, the
Well,
guy, the
they have a
businessman.
rule. They won't build one in Pinellas because that one in Brandon. They won't put them closer than an hour apart.
I get it, but like I told the guy, I'm like, you're going to turn this into a Hooters.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm like, bro, the businessman who was just in Dallas doesn't have to come to the Hooters in Tampa. He was just at the one in Dallas.
Yeah.
So now the one in Tampa, it's not a destination anymore. He was just there.
Yeah.
There's one everywhere. Again, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I haven't stepped in another Bass Pro Shop since that one opened.
Yeah.
And I used to, if I drove by a Bass Pro Shop, I would stop because they weren't everywhere. Now they're everywhere. It seems to me.
There's a lot of them for sure. What's that list? Is that all the places?
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, and they just added it to the Publix by our house.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I heard it. Welcome back. Wow, we got a real short segment. Jason let us talk way too long. Way too long there.
It's Jason's fault now?
100%. Listen, a good producer will take the blame for the talent, right, Jay? I mean,
I'll take the blame for that.
Yeah, see, we're not. Listen,
All right,
listen, I've said
I
it for
haven't
years.
been in radio long enough to
I
know the
guarantee.
rules.
Listen, there is a rule. The rule is this is how you do this. You get
the
yourself.
face is never wrong.
No. I've always said this, and I'm sure Jason Behringer's heard it. 21 years in the radio business. The talent in this building is not in this studio. The talent is right there. It's Jason Behringer. It's Pat Donovan. It's the guys behind the glass.
You saved it, guys.
Seriously. I mean,
you landed the plane.
Dude, I've said that for years. All I do is talk. I'm just a talking head. These guys behind them. You walk in their engineering room, dude, there's buttons everywhere. I'm like, look at all that craziness. And Jason Behringer just goes in there like a artist and just goes to work.
He's playing a symphony.
Yeah. I mean, that's the talent, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, I understand.
We're just schmucks on a mic.
Yeah, we can fish.
Well, we can fish, but Jason Behringer, he makes magic. He's laughing at me. I don't blame you, Jay. I get it. A little too schmoozy this morning. It's early. I don't know what to tell you.
We have Jack Wagon of the Week coming up next.
We do. Do you have one?
I have some ideas.
I have several.
Some ideas. I'm sure you're always good for one.
Yeah. If I don't have one, I make one up from past experience.
I just saw a Shudder, so I feel like you're like pent up.
No,
you've got 2 weeks of Jack Wagon of the Week that you have to let out.
No, that's why I'm not pent up because I'm good.
You already released all your anger.
Phone lines are open 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
The preceding program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
And Farrah Accident Attorney Studios.
Yeah, we've had Momola the last 3 weeks. He's very by the book, starts playing the music out, and then before we come back, before the bed music even starts, he's like, all right, we're back, and he comes over the speaker.
Right. Yeah, that helped.
Unfortunately, this one, it just caught everybody by surprise. This is not a normal rainstorm that we had come through.
It is believed heavy rainfall contributed to a crash on I-75 in Gainesville Tuesday morning when a fuel tanker flipped over on the highway.
Ooh.
Florida's new concealed carry law goes into effect on July 1st. The law will allow any eligible adult to carry a firearm concealed on their person. News 4 Jack spoke with Chief of Patrol Jamie Eason with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
However, they still have to follow the requirements as if you were to get a concealed weapons license. You can use it for self-defense, but obviously you can't use it in an aggressive manner and display it unlawfully.
Under the new law, convicted felons and those with injunctions against them still cannot own or carry firearms. The law does not allow persons to openly display their firearm and must be hidden from view. Closing arguments are set to begin next week in the trial of former school resource deputy accused of failing to protect students during the Parkland massacre.
Deputy
Attorneys
Dog.
for Scott Peterson rested their case on Friday after 2 days of testimony. Peterson is facing child neglect and negligence charges in connection to the 2018 shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog, what are you talking about?
I'm
Pitcher is
babbling.
expected to start
Totally
with training
babbling.
next week. A Polk County High School football coach is accused of pulling out a gun during a suspected road rage incident. Witnesses told police that someone inside a blue Nissan Rogue.
That's what I'm always expecting. Captain Mike Anderson.
No doubt.
Pulls out HK during road rage.
33-year-old Don Weiss,
Dude just decided to kill him.
the school says they are aware of what happened. For News, I'm Tim Atkins.
We're one incident away.
Always. Always. So true.
Don't cut us off.
I could end up killing you. No doubt.
Towards Tampa from St. Pete, looking good going onto the Selman Expressway. No delays there. Same thing with 275 and I-4 looking great right now in both directions, in and out of Plant City and the Polk County area.
What's up, Carlos Capote, Donald VC, Chris Collins, Nick Nieves, Tim Gaines. Good morning, y'all. Oxnard, Smiley, what's up, man? Donald Waberman. I want to go to a Vegas Bass Pro Shops now.
Yeah, right?
I've never been to Vegas.
What?
Never.
So, I've been to Vegas before Vegas was redone.
Yeah.
Like all the big hotels. No, the Luxor and all that stuff weren't there when I first went. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like kick-ass awesome. Like you could take $100 bill, you walk into a casino, and you could play all day. You could play quarter slots or something all day, get hammered drunk, eat buffet. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, you probably lose your $100,
Yeah.
but you would be in there for 6, 8, 10 hours and
Yeah.
just have a big old time.
Now it's $1,000.
You walk into a casino right there with a $100 bill, and that bitch will eat it in 10 seconds. It's just not. It's, in my opinion, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I don't care for the new Vegas compared to the old Vegas. I was there in the
In the
early.
heyday.
I was there in the very early '90s for my first trip, and it was. I don't know that it was the heyday, but it was just totally different.
Yeah.
The new Vegas is very commercial, and I'm sure people go out there and win money just like they do at the Hard Rock. I got to put a shout out to the Hard Rock, man. We had a hell of a time at the Hard
Yeah.
Rock, dude. Council Oaks, whew.
Dude, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Dude. Stupid.
You know what's really cool there too is Council Oak is awesome, but they have that other restaurant there, that noodle restaurant, bro.
Really?
Bro.
Straight noodles?
No, there's like a fried rice. There's like a lo mein option. There's like a noodle thing. I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 options, but they have different variations of each one. Killer.
Really?
Killer. So every time I go there, I'm like, crap. Am I going to go get a steak or am I going to go get the noodles or rice?
Yeah, I'm going to get that steak again. I can tell you that.
Council
right
Oak
now.
is good.
Porterhouse.
But we live right next to Salt Rock Grill, so it's really hard to pass that up. Salt Rock Grill is like a 5-minute ride from the house. So if we want a really good steak, it's Salt Rock or Council Oak or 1200 Chop House down in St. Pete Beach.
Dan Casey.
Yeah, he's the man.
He is the man.
Those are my 3 favorite steak places.
Where's your favorite seafood place?
I don't like buying seafood at restaurants. I really don't.
I think Dan Casey at Snappers does a stupid-ass good job.
I would say Salt Rock Grill, Snappers.
See, I think Salt Rock Grill's a little commercial. I'm not I've been there. We've been there a couple times. I like it, but I don't love it. It's good. Never had a bad experience.
I would say my favorite seafood place that I order seafood at consistently would be Wahoo's. Because the one thing that I buy from restaurants that's seafood related is shrimp. And Wahoo's has Royal Red Shrimp.
Oh.
Royal Red Shrimp is insane.
Game changer.
Have you had one?
I don't think so.
It's a deep water shrimp.
Okay.
So like 1,000 to 2,000 foot.
Really?
And it's red. And it's like a lobster and a shrimp had a baby. It's amazing. It's life changing. And Wahoo's has really, really good Royal Reds. So that's probably my go-to. My wife likes their grouper sandwiches. So I got grouper, bring home grouper, cook grouper. Wife won't eat it. Go to Wahoo's, she orders grouper every time. I love my wife.
You should.
Welcome to the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing. Presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Want to put a shout out to our good friends over at Power Pucks, the world's first power supplied trolling motor quick release bracket. What does that mean? It means no wires out on your deck. It's just amazing. It changes the whole game. You know how you run into problems with your trolling motor, saltwater intrusion. Next thing you know, you're running across the bay. Your plug doesn't work right because it got all corroded in there and nasty. And Power Pucks eliminates all of those problems. Go to powerpucks.com. That's PWRPUX.com and find out for yourself why so many of the pros are making the switch to Power Pucks. Phone lines are open here, 1-800-969-9352. You want to go to the phones or you just want to jackwagon it up?
Ooh, jackwagon it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your jackwagon?
I don't really have one this week. I'm behaved.
What?
I'm really...
Are you feeling okay?
I am. I feel great, actually.
Maybe he's too
I'm cleaning
zen,
my
guys.
soul.
He's too zen.
I'm too zen.
This isn't the Mike I remember.
I had a couple weeks off on the weekend. I got to spend some time just relaxing and breathing. I'm great. Wow. How about you?
Wow.
Steer me in a direction. Fire me up.
Well, that's easy. So Wednesday.
Jason's laughing at you. Why are you laughing, Jason Behringer? What do you mean that's easy?
You guys entertain me.
Well, good. Hopefully at least one person's entertained here this morning. Yay, right. We have one fan. And Jason's like, and I got to get paid to be here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have anybody.
Wednesday, July 19th, in St. Pete. Our FWC commission is coming to town.
You're right. Now I'm pissed.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. The vein is starting to throb in his forehead.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
So July 19th and 20th is the next FWC commission meeting. And Wednesday, July 19th, in St. Pete, I believe probably at the downtown convention center in Tampa is normally where they have it. They haven't, or I guess this is in St. Pete. So I don't know. They haven't announced the exact location, but it's somewhere in St. Pete. And Wednesday, July 19th, long story short, is the final discussion on the rule for the Skyway Fishing Pier. Final rule. Skyway Fishing Pier, the staff is going to present the final display, and the commission is going to vote on making that final rule. Yeah. So how does that make you feel?
I can't. I'm so grouchy about it now. Now you just shifted gears on my whole morning.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Dude, what the other?
The good news, the positive news. We have to share some positive news on this. Is we've gone from total draconian steps forward to like totally punishing fishermen to some small, simple steps that are a little bit more logic based. So really, there's a huge thank you to all the people that are involved in this, because a lot of people put in a lot of effort. The Florida Guides Association, Coastal Conservation Association, the Congressional Sport Fishing Association, ASA, everybody really came together and kind of put aside our differences and really made some steps forward. They were talking about year-long gear restrictions. They were talking to limiting to 3 rods in your possession. They were talking about some really, really crazy stuff. And so now it's only potentially 2 or 3 months of gear restrictions. And it's only 2 rods in use, but you can have as many as you want in your possession. So we've really, really made some big steps forward in trying to loosen up the restrictions to fishermen, and also at the same time in placing some really level-headed, more logic approach. So now there's no people feeding the birds at the Skyway, and it's already been showing really positive results. So now they're actually enforcing the laws about not being able to feed the birds. Remember, we had that discussion about that one meeting where some certain individuals at this meeting who were openly admitting they were breaking the law, saying, of course we feed the birds, because if we didn't feed them, they would all die. Of course we feed the birds.
I'm just going to stay calm over here. I just can't.
Because we have to feed them so we can rescue them.
I can't.
And this was a logic. And in talking to the FWC, the officer looked me in the face, straight, dead face, like was honest and serious, and said, well, they're doing it with good intentions. And then we talked about how that doesn't make any sense, and you can't break the law with good intentions and not be punished for it. But long story short, now they're upholding the law. So if anybody's out there on the Skyway indiscriminately throwing whitebait in the air to birds, they're now being ticketed. So luckily, we've already seen a big increase and positive effect from that. And now we're going to see some gear restrictions go into place potentially, and they're going to actually have FWC folks out there collecting real science to benchmark this. So that's a big part of this, right? And another big positive step forward is it's not going to be just some people out there collecting third-party science. FWC is going to be out there collecting the information to see if these limitations or rules, regulations that are being put in place against and restrictions on fishing, to see if it makes a positive difference. And if it doesn't, the rules will be removed. There's a sunset provision in there. So really, really cool how great example of how hearing something and getting involved and making your voice heard can actually have a positive change.
I'm going to try to use that whole good intentions thing.
Yeah, right?
I mean, seriously.
I was speeding, officer, because I was late for work. I had good intentions.
Yeah, but I mean, think about this.
I was selling.
Think about this. I punched that guy in the face because I was trying to
teach him.
I was right. I was trying to teach him. I had good intentions.
Yeah, I had good.
Right.
Yeah.
I knocked him out because he's a jackwagon.
And I had to teach him.
But imagine how much better I made things for everyone else.
Yeah, he's learned his lesson.
My intentions were good.
If only that would work.
That would be great.
Apparently, it only works if you're feeding pelicans to rescue them.
That would be great. I've got to work on that.
Yeah, right.
And I tried to stay out of it today because I was in a good mood.
We brought him down.
No, actually, you know what you're doing? You're helping my post radio show workout.
Yeah,
is what
there
you're
you
doing.
go. I'm trying to get you pumped up.
Yeah, I'm there. We're ready.
I got your back.
Yeah, you're a good American. No doubt. Let's go to the phones, check in with our legendary Coast Guard Auxiliary Captain, Captain Jim Fogel. Jimmy, how are you?
Good morning, guys. Sorry you got too worked up there before I came on.
I'm actually nice and calm. It's amazingly. I'm working on myself.
It's sounding good, buddy. Yeah, it's what a couple of weeks off will do for you.
I'm trying. I'm trying to take a couple more off here soon just because.
Because you only got y'all work done together.
Exactly.
He's mean. All right, guys, listen, we're always talking about how important it is to wear those life jackets, and then Florida waters, if you're in a vessel 26 feet or below, kids under 6 years old must have a life jacket on. Unless it's they're in a cabin or something. And once we get out of Florida waters into federal waters, which is, state waters in the Gulf, go out 9 miles. When we hit 9 miles, anyone under 13 everyone must have a life jacket on if they're under 13. Now, we had two problems this week. One real sad situation in Polk County. A 17-year-old young man died after being thrown off a jet ski. He was not wearing a life jacket.
Ouch.
Sad. Later in the week, we had a rescue over by Gandy Bridge. A young man was in a kayak that sunk in the rough weather.
Oof.
He was not wearing a life jacket. He did hang on to a piling until the Coast Guard got there and rescued him. But he was pretty beat up and pretty well cut up trying to hang on to one of those pilings. So please, guys, put your life jackets on, especially when you're supposed to have them on and or in paddlecraft. Paddlecraft is just like anything else. It's a boat. It's a vessel. If you're on a paddlecraft, excuse me, whether it be a paddleboard or a kayak or whatever, you don't have to have the jacket on, but you've got to have that life jacket in the boat. Coast Guard approved life jacket's got to be in the boat, and it's got to have a whistle attached to it. So please, let's do that, guys. Let's don't lose any more people. Let's don't have to, every so often we're going to have an accident, but please let's let's try to keep those life jackets off.
15 to 20 mile an hour winds are not the ideal time to take your kayak out into open water around the bridges. I'm just guessing. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Seriously, like, I'm like, obviously you don't want to see anyone get hurt, but, you know, the minute I pull that guy in the boat, if I'm the Coast Guard, I'm like, really, bro? Like, you thought that was a good idea? Like, when you paddled out here into 3-foot seas, you thought, woo, me and my kayak and 3-footers at the Gandy Bridge. Really, dude?
Yeah. I don't think it's wise for anybody to be out in that kind of weather, you know?
I agree. I'm like, we have so many beautiful days. And again, I understand working your tail off. You only have so many days off. But there's a lot of places you can go back behind Weeden Island where you're protected. There's a lot of places to use those kayaks where you can get into protected water.
Yeah, we're not saying don't fish, just find a safer place.
Yeah, I mean, it's
right.
as soon as you look at the
Be
weather.
smart.
Right, yeah. Come on, dog.
Please be smart. And, you know, we tell students this all the time. We live in Florida, dude. Tomorrow's going to be a better day.
100%.
And we don't go out today and get our butt beat.
100%.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogel, be safe out there.
Good work as always, Jimmy. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Another
good stuff.
Another jackwagon that occurred to me as well is mishandling fish. We talked about that, I think, last week when we were talking about mishandling tarpon, making sure that you get them up quick, break them off quick, get them dehooked quick, don't bring them out of the water, that kind of thing. But red snapper season is upon us. Mishandling fish, I see so often people trying to throw back a legal size fish in hopes of catching a bigger one. That fish you just threw back was legal size. You might as well catch it, keep it, and move on, and then target something else. Don't try to high grade, because then you're just killing fish. And you got to make sure you have your venting tool. You got to make sure you have your descending device. You can go to returnemright.org, returnemright.org. You can get over $100 in free stuff sent to you. Might as well take advantage of some of that BP oil spill money. You can get $100 in free stuff mailed to your house. Just go to returnemright.org. Take the little simple short course. It's like 10, 15 minutes. It's going to teach you more about mitigating discard mortality, meaning lowering the number of fish that die when you release them while fishing offshore, and you're going to get free stuff. So you can't beat that.
There's always, and unfortunately, there's always some loss in the sport of fishing, even on your inshore side. Yep. Some fish don't recover well. It's just the way it works, and that number goes up.
Exponentially.
Thank you. That's the word. When you get offshore and you're pulling those fish from down deep. So returnemright.org is the way to go.
And you can get that down. You can get your discard mortality rate down to inshore levels if you're following best practices. Right. Up quick, off the hook quick, back in the water quick.
We need all the help we can get with our fisheries today, that's for sure. Go to MilwaukeeTool.com and find out for yourself why Milwaukee Tool is the easy choice for the Real Animals fishing team. Our Saturday morning safe boating tip of the week, always brought to you by our good friends at Milwaukee Tool. We're talking fishing here on the other side. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Light them up. We'll be back. Anderson here for Gator Jim's Fishing Tackle. You know, many, many years, and there's just no way to explain the great savings, the great deals, all the great gear in Gator Jim's.
Mossy Oak Fishing was down there for that redfish release. Those mofos are putting some money into fishing.
Are they?
At Mossy Oak. They probably had
because Realtree is
$100K in camera equipment, and they showed up with a truckload of swag. Everybody there, like there was 15 of us. They're handing out hats, shirts, shorts. They wanted us to be Mossy Oaked from head to toe. It was crazy. I was impressed.
Yeah, Realtree's been in the game for a while now. So
Realtree fishing. They had some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They had some of that performance wear, like hooded performance wear, really light shirts that were all camoed out. I was like, that's kind of a cool shirt. I want that.
We need to get you into some gills now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
2X will probably fit you now.
Yeah. 2X, I'm almost into XL. Close.
You're still at 2X.
Not for long. I'm close.
You're never going to be an extra large, son.
I'm down to 265.
It's good.
Yeah. From 350. crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Getting close.
Your body will appreciate it later, I promise you.
Yeah, it already does.
Yeah, I'm still floating 270, 265, 270.
Yeah.
About 260 is ideal. 255, 260 is about ideal.
I want to get down to about 250 and then work my way back up slowly. I got a good compliment yesterday. Someone was like, "It looks like you went to prison." I was like, "What do you mean? You lost weight and you got a lot buffer." I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll take that." He's been fishing with us since my grandfather was alive.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Book your trip today at 727-393-1947 or go
Whoa.
to marina.com.
Ronnie Millsaps, man. He had acute pancreatitis, had his gallbladder removed. Dang. Glad you're feeling better, Ronnie.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a prescription will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic version of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father.
We got to talk about the catch beer, too.
Yep. Have you talked to Dan downstairs at all?
Dan.
From Mangroves?
No, I haven't talked to him.
As well as financial support. Each of these is important. It's important that you choose.
I was looking in there this morning to see if people like, maybe they're still open.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell and Cordell's Tampa.
He was talking about selling it last
Office in
time.
downtown Tampa. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations. Rover's Morning Glory. It's the Woody Show. It's Elliot in the morning. All of the once-in-a-lifetime events. iHeartRadio Music Festival. All of the best free
I have another short segment here.
Monday looks calm still.
Yeah, Monday looks good. It doesn't start picking up till Tuesday.
Yeah, see, Windfinder doesn't have it that bad.
Egmont doesn't look terrible. Just the wind picks up.
Yeah.
Offshore gets bumpy.
Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. Short segment here before the bottom of the hour. Remember, Tuesday, August 1st, we're going to be at Bartow Ford for the Bartow Ford Real Animals Fishing Conversation. The legend Hall of Famer Captain Lisa Fitzgerald from 6a-8a, Florida will be my guest. We'll be talking all kinds of different things. She's a great king fisherman, tarpon fisherman, red fisherman. She's fished all over the world, so it's a great opportunity to learn from one of the best. Silver Ring Cafe, our good friend Dana out there serving up the Cubans, stuffed potatoes and deviled crabs. We got rods to give away from Bulve Rods and great stuff from Ingle Coolers as well. So make sure you put it in your schedule. August 1st, 6 to 8 p.m. That's a Tuesday night. We will be at Bartow Ford for the Bartow Ford Real Animals Fishing Conversation. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. So the Coppertail Real Animals beer has made it to Pinellas County, if only in one location.
Well, one location for now.
One great location.
The best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hubbard's, our good friend Dylan here, brought in the Coppertail Brewing's Real Animals Catch to Hubbard's. I've got a list here in front of me of about almost 20 Publix locations in Hillsborough County, including the one now by us, which isn't on my list, but the one there on Boyette Road by Riverview High School, they now have it. The manager there, obviously Beth and I live right there. We've been in there for years, so he saw it on my social media.
Oh, nice.
And was like, hey, I got it. So he got 20 cases in and said it's been selling real, real well. So actually last weekend, Beth and I were at Coppertail for dinner. Their specials are absolutely ridiculous. Like, they do some stupid good specials. Jalapeno smash burgers and smoked pork chops. This weekend
You're
is
not gonna
smoked
get me.
pork chops.
You're not gonna get me.
I can't get you?
No.
because you're on a diet?
I'm not on a diet. I'm just eating healthier.
Oh.
It's a lifestyle change.
Listen,
It's not a diet.
even if you talk to any great dietitian, there's a cheat day.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
That's weakness.
No, it's unsustainable.
Zero weakness.
So I'm not going to just work my tail off and not enjoy a jalapeno smash burger every now and then. I mean, come on, dude.
We'll agree to disagree.
You're just never going to eat what you want again?
It's not that I want to be healthier.
Oh.
That's it.
So but you'll never cross the line. So you'll never have another cookie, another
I had
donut.
tacos last night, but they were healthier version tacos, you know?
Well, yeah, again,
no dairy.
Tacos aren't bad.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. You don't
And
have
just like a burger, there's healthy versions of a burger. You just don't lather it in cheese and try to avoid the
cheese
bread.
is the devil.
Cheese is the devil.
There's no doubt about that.
Gluten, sugar, and cheese, and cured meats.
Yeah.
All four real bad stuff.
Yeah.
And soda, for the love of God, why do people drink soda?
I don't have any idea.
I'm an
not a soda
unhealthy
guy.
person, and I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, but I've never drank soda. And it drives me crazy.
I used to drink soda a lot, but I don't drink it anymore.
It's crazy. It's
I haven't
just
had soda
pure sugar.
a while. Yeah.
It's literally just like poison for your brain. I don't understand it. It's above my pay grade.
Captain Dylan Hubbard, healthy guru.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm still learning, but just sugar is not good for you.
No,
Not good
sugar's
for your
bad
brain.
for sure. There's no doubt about that. No doubt.
But as we were saying,
But
catch beer.
real animals catch is good.
Beer is good. Sugar is bad.
That's what we want you to learn from this segment. Beer is good.
Yes.
The Coppertail beer is really good.
And at Final Friday, so Final Friday is coming up June 30th. So
that's right.
This Friday coming up, we're going to have free crawfish, hundreds of pounds of free seafood, and we're going to give away free beer. And we're going to sell the Coppertail catch beer.
Have you sold some already? Has
Oh,
anybody
yeah, we've
tried
been
it?
selling quite a bit.
Somebody like it?
The ladies in the office said it's very cute. They liked it.
Cute.
It's a cute beer. It has a very nice label. So
Okay.
it's prominent because they like it because it's cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
you've got that going for you.
Yeah, we'll take every little piece of that we can get. We'll take.
And then on top of that, we're going to be selling it at Final Friday too. So you can get the free Busch Light or you can buy the good stuff.
Yeah, we leave for the beach the morning after that because Beth and I talked about coming to Final Friday, but then when we looked at the calendar, we're like, oh, no. We're not going to visit Dylan with catch beer on the premises in Pinellas County and then have to get up early and leave for the beach the following morning. No,
Well,
bad
isn't the
plan.
beach in Pinellas County? So I'm confused.
We could just spend the night, you think?
Yeah.
Come a day early.
There's a hotel in Johns Pass now.
Come a
You
day
can
early.
literally crawl from Final Friday to the hotel room.
The beauty.
It's
of,
that close.
The beauty of it all.
Yeah, they put hotel rooms on that second story of the parking garage, so you can like stand in your hotel balcony and throw a rock at us. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
They've really done it right.
Get you a real animals catch. Phone lines are open 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back.
Local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk.
Traffic and weather. Top
It's like we know what we're doing. No. They really liked it. I took a 4-pack and gave it to the staff, and they tried it. Everybody liked it.
I asked the girl at the bartender that worked the release party. She was at the bar last Friday, and I was like, how's it doing? You know, instead of getting the Pepin guy or Ken to tell me.
Yeah, gotta ask the bartender.
Yeah, I'm like, how's it doing? And she goes, I'd say it's selling 1-for-1 with Florida Special.
Yeah.
Which is one of their, regulars. It's not, Free Dive is their.
And the whole thing with Bud Light, people are trying new beers.
Big time.
That
crazy.
People who have always bought Bud Light are now venturing and trying different beers. And I think craft beer in general is exploding.
It is, which it was exploding before.
But I think it's even more so now because the Bud Light guy is now drinking some craft beer.
The only thing that's weird is that when you talk to the Pepin guys, when the economy isn't great, that's one of the first things that suffers is craft beer.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
they
where
go to
people
Busch
cut
Light.
back. Yeah, they can drink.
But I feel like
something different.
the catch beer is like a step between Bud Light and craft beer. Because catch isn't like a really
not a
crafty beer.
It's not an IPA.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. I don't like IPAs.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
Most craft beers I
And
hate.
catch is. I had one last night. In a frosty glass, pint glass out of the freezer.
Yeah.
Delicious. I really like it on draft. Like, it pulls me into Coppertail Brewing more times than I probably would go, just because I really enjoy
Is it the food or the beer?
Yes. Yes. Dude, they have, speaking of healthy choices, they have buffalo cauliflower.
Buffalo, is it fried cauliflower?
Well, I didn't say it was fucking, I didn't say it was perfect. It's cauliflower. Come on, dude. Give me the little wins. I'm a pretty healthy eater. Not perfect. So, I say next weekend, 4th of July weekend, we take it off.
If you want, I'll be around. But whatever you want to do, because I know how it is for these guys.
That's my thought. Just take next weekend off completely. Because I know the 8th.
Yeah.
I've got Luke Combs that night, and we're leaving the beach that morning.
Ooh, fun.
Normally I do the show that morning, the 8th, after the 4th, but having Luke Combs that night.
Yeah, you gotta sleep in, get your rest.
I'm gonna need a little bit. That's gonna be a long night. And then the following weekend I play ball. So, but it's up to you. Otherwise it'll be you 3 weekends in a row, and I don't really want to do that to you.
That's fine. I think I got Luke Simons lined up. I talked to him in depth, and he lives close. He lives right over by O'Neill's.
From Saltstrong?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. He's a super nice guy.
Super fishy cat, too.
Yeah.
You know, he was in the boat with Lisa when that happened.
Oh,
I didn't realize that.
Oh, really?
Because, we started talking, and I brought that story up. He was like, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I was in the boat. I was standing next to her. He said that when it happened, she handed him the rod, so he's fighting the fish, and he grabbed the spool, cupped the spool, and broke the fish off, and she got mad at him. Like, she wanted him to land the fish and didn't want to go in, and he was reeling in all the lines and getting ready to leave, and she was like, no, we're staying out here.
That's Lisa. No doubt about that. That's why she hadn't called yet. That's Lisa Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Really, really good dude.
Yeah.
They have such a cool company. It's really cool when you have a company that's so dedicated to their vision and to their goals. Like, I'll never forget when they were first kind of growing, they started selling all those shirts, and people were buying shirts, and I bought them. And I was like, dude, these are the best shirts ever. I went back to spend like $400 on shirts because I loved them so much, and they wouldn't sell me shirts. They're like, we're not an apparel company. We're getting out of the apparel game. And I was like, what the hell? You guys are making money. I'm trying to give you money. Take my money.
Right.
No, that's not what we do. This is our vision. This is our goals. This doesn't line up with our vision. We're not doing it. They just literally turned it away. That was really eye-opening to me, that they are so dedicated to their vision and their goals that they're going to stick to it, even if it costs them money.
Yeah.
And I think that's really helped them.
Well, it probably has. Probably has.
Just everything they do, it seems like they do it right. They really approach it from a strategic aspect.
They've done well.
They started the membership-based business before it was like a big trend, and I mean, they've just done it right. They're at 43,000 members. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
43,000 members.
This is the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, presented by Hubbard's Marina. Now your captains, Mike Anderson.
Welcome back. Whether you need a shingle, metal, tile, or a flat roof, our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems are your safest choice for repairs or replacements. With over 3 decades of experience in the roofing business, they're a safe choice. They're defined by integrity, respect, and honesty, and got a professional approach to doing business. Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF for your free estimate, or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com.
I'm dying laughing. I'm in our live stream thread on our Real Animals Facebook page and Hubbard's Marina Facebook page. Donald Waberman is talking to our good friend Ronnie Millsaps, and Ronnie said he was in the hospital, pancreatitis, some really bad stuff, and he was recovering, and Donald Waberman just commented, I would have still called in.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
No, that's very true. That is very true, Ronnie. He's not fibbing on that front. We have proof.
Too funny, man.
Yeah, single greatest phone call in Real Animals radio history.
Yeah, it seems
not
odd.
even close.
Speaking of phone calls, we haven't had a lot of phone calls.
No,
today.
I'm back. People are probably confused. They're like, why is
what
he
show
there?
is this?
Yeah.
Wrong show.
Why is he there? Who is that? That's not Dylan. Dylan's not doing all the talking. And, you know, the beauty of that is I'm perfectly okay with that. If that's how they think, then no problem.
Or when we're together, we just have such great conversations.
Chemistry.
They don't want to ruin it.
I get it. I'm looking forward to iCast. I don't know why. That's usually a stressful time, but since you and I teamed up and we go over there and kind of, you know, we got Catch is going to be in the CCA booth.
Really?
Yes. Catch did a big sponsorship with CCA Florida.
Wow.
They donated 25 cases for their happy hour.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
In order to get your beer into the convention center, they charge you I can't remember what Brian Gorski said they call it, but it's like a
corking fee.
Thank you. It's a corking fee. So you have to pay to bring your beer in.
Yeah. That's how they get around the alcohol license and Florida tax.
I got you. So they did the corking fee, and Coppertail paid it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like $2,500. So it's a donation to CCA Florida, and then
awesome.
CCA pays the corking fee. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a great company. That's one of the cool things about being partnered with Coppertail Brewing. They have a water theme free dive, and
That's
you know,
really
a lot
cool.
of their beers are you know, it's Florida
local.
Yeah.
Putting money back in the community.
And again, they do a lot of great stuff. I actually met the owner Kent Friday when Beth and I were in there having dinner. JJ, who's the kind of the head brewmaster, he came up. He put Catch together. They took the idea and he made Catch happen. What are you laughing at? Somebody commented.
Another comment. So someone said, I logged in and saw Mike Anderson and I thought it was the best of.
Wow. That's great.
Brutal.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Tough crowd this morning.
Wow. That's okay. Again, I'm okay with it. I'm recharged. Batteries are all charged. It's a beautiful thing. It's easy for someone to say that who's sitting at home just thumbing through their computer feed. He didn't have to get up this morning at 4:30 and go to work.
I love it. I love it. Waking up early is fun. It's, again, no weakness, man. Got to wake up early every day.
I love your ambitions. Incredible.
I used to sleep in on my day off and sleep in 7, 8 o'clock and wake up, sleep in. But then it's harder the next day. And then waking up early becomes difficult. If you wake up early every day at 4 a.m., all of a sudden 4 a.m. is normal. It's easy.
You run with it. You run with it.
It is true, though. When
Don't call me.
It starts to think of it starts to change your mentality.
Call it whatever you want.
All right, whatever. Most people call it weird, I guess.
No, it's not weird. It's choices in today's world. That's, to me, one of the big problems is, if you love to get up at 4 o'clock and you think that's the way you should roll every single day, then God bless you. Get up at 4 o'clock.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you can disagree with someone without hating them?
Well, only on this program. Not in general.
Not in our society today, but in this room, we're cool with
however
that.
you want to do it, bro. It's great.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's a magical thing when you can disagree and still have a conversation.
Again, if you look across the board here at the Real Animals Radio pieces, Ben Marshall, Mike Mahoney, Dylan Hubbard, Mike Anderson, there's plenty of differences.
If you saw all of us,
right?
If you saw all of us, all four of us, you'd be like, wow, how do these guys know each other?
Exactly. Everybody's got kind of their own angle, their own way of doing things, and it all works.
We come together nicely.
Right, yeah. Put together a nice team here. So it's all good stuff. And we've got great listeners and a great team here at iHeartMedia, so it's all good stuff. So what are you looking forward to this week?
This week, I mean, we're looking forward to the red snapper season, just jumping in the boat. They're just crushing it offshore right now. Really, really good time for private recreational anglers to get out there and take advantage of it. The season opened up June 16th for private recs, and they really haven't had any good weather.
No.
It looks like this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're going to have a real good opportunity getting out there. 140, 150 foot or more is really where you want to target those red snapper. We're seeing a lot of them. Dead bait has been the trick, working best for the red snapper. We're seeing the red grouper best on the live bait. It's really, really a good opportunity to get out there and take advantage of the red snapper. Plus, we're seeing a lot of scamp, some fat red grouper, big mangroves. There's been a lot of mutton snapper recently around our area, a ton of yellowtail really consistently. So good time to get out on the water. We're just looking forward to a nice week without a lot of rain chances. But it's going to warm up. This is one of those weeks you want to make sure you're minding your hydration and being careful out there on the water, especially heading out offshore. We got a little bit of a windy aspect here midweekish, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so you want to watch that if you're heading offshore. And then we're going to probably see those afternoon thunderstorms come back with the warming trend. A lot of times in the late afternoon when it's super hot, you'll see those storms roll in, or like Mike said, with this west wind pattern, sometimes they happen in the morning. So definitely want to keep our eyes out there and just take advantage of the good weather and make hay while the sun is shining.
Yeah, man.
What about you?
You know what? I'm hoping that, the bite I had yesterday was pretty tough. Most of the guys I talked to, there was quite a bit of work involved. The tarpon bite's been a little bit off because we had so much west wind. The beach gets dirty. Tarpon do not like a west wind normally. Our tarpon don't. They put their nose into it, go offshore, get out of that dirty water on the beach. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of rolls. We caught some snapper. We caught some snook. The snapper bite is definitely picking up inshore some. I'm still concerned. You and I talked about it a little bit earlier, and it'll be interesting to see what comes out of those FWC meetings. It would not be good for me to be anywhere near that place while that's going on because there's some serious face punching, in my opinion, that should go on. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Barbieri, the FWC Marine Research Institute, but I'm, in my opinion, they're doing a poor job right now at really evaluating what's going on in the inshore scene. The mackerel bite is almost non-existent. I mean, there's a few here and a few there, but it should be an easy go-to right now.
But mackerel aren't managed by the FWC.
I don't care who manages it. I don't want it. Don't start your political nonsense. Here he goes into this. Whoa, that's like Ben Marshall when we're talking about the palm trees on the interstate. Well, that money's DOT money. No, bitch, it's our money. Okay, DOT doesn't have any money. They don't make money. The government doesn't make money. It's not a company that makes money. It's our money. The same thing with the fisheries. Listen, if there's no I don't give two rats keisters. If there's no mackerel in the bay, then somebody get in line and fix it. Fix the problem. Get involved. Don't go, well, that's not my problem. Listen, how about I punch you in the face and make it your problem? It's an issue, bro. Where are these fish? It's not good, dude. It's not good. It's not good for you, your family. You're young still, bro. You got a long time to be in this industry. If this stuff doesn't get straightened out, bro, I'm telling you right now, you could see this whole thing collapse.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to set you off.
No, I'm not set off. I'm just telling you. I don't like that. Everybody does that. They're like, well, that's not really the FWC's job. What is their job then, bitch? What do they do? Seriously, what are you doing over there if you reopened all these fisheries? Snook, redfish, and trout are open on Tampa Bay, and the fishing's horrible. What exactly is it you're doing over there besides taking money?
Yeah, I understand, and I hear what you're saying. The mackerel is a coastal migratory pelagic, so it's a bigger problem with mackerel because it's moving between jurisdictions, right? And so mackerel can come all the way from North Carolina all the way to the Gulf, and they still don't have a lot of good information on the different subsectors and what they call stock identifications, knowing where a stock can travel and how far a stock can travel. But that's definitely a big scientific gap that they're working towards.
We got issues, bro. I mean,
and I think that's the bigger problem. And I think, in my opinion, a big I think managers, in my opinion, this isn't a popular opinion. This might set you off as well. I think managers do a good job with the information they have, and that's the limiting resource, right? Is we don't have a lot of good information.
I've said that forever too. Knowledge is power in this game.
Yeah, and then on top of that, once you have, even if tomorrow we had $100 billion, unlimited resources, and we had the best science in the world, it means nothing. Because the best science in the world is going to produce the best management in the world and the most inventive real-time management. But then without enforcement to make sure that 100%. That is followed through on,
100%.
It's meaningless.
So
those are two big gaps.
It's funny that you said that because this whole nonsense going on with the speed limit in the Gulf of Mexico.
Comical.
Okay. Who's going to monitor it?
Yeah. Well, that's what we've been talking about as a charter fishing association is, so if you're going to put a speed limit in the Gulf of Mexico, all the boats that have the permits that require vessel monitoring are just going to sue and get the vessel monitoring turned off. So then we can all disobey the speed limit because no one's going to be out there watching us.
Yeah, nobody's monitoring.
There's no enforcement.
You don't have any law enforcement now.
Yeah, the joint enforcement agreement, NOAA National Marine Fisheries Service, the Southeast Regional Office, and the Office of Law Enforcement had what's called the JEA agreement with the FWC, which is Joint Enforcement Agreement. And it basically deputizes some FWC officers who go through a certain amount of training to go into federal waters and to enforce federal law as state officers through this Joint Enforcement Agreement. It was funded at $1.2 million for that last fiscal year. I think it was 2022. At $1.2 million, they just cut the funding to less than $300,000.
It's nice.
So what little FWC or what little law enforcement presence we ran into in federal waters was almost always FWC.
Right.
Sometimes the Coast Guard, almost never do you see NOAA fisheries. And if you do see NOAA fisheries, they're on an FWC boat.
Right.
Now, almost no enforcement, literally no enforcement in federal waters. The FWC officers literally told me, we're not going to go into federal waters because we can't afford the fuel bill. If you see something, call us.
Right.
What are you going to do then?
Right.
You can't do anything then.
Well, that's why. I mean, to me, it's a giant. It's like, come on, people.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
There's one illegal charter operation that's been operating for a year and a half, and they've been reported countless times, and they literally advertise on their Facebook that they're breaking federal law, and still no enforcement has been. It's pathetic.
Right.
The lack of enforcement on the water.
And it cracks me up. People are like, well, hey, we'll get all. I mean, I can't even get it. Like, aren't you scared they're going to make a speed limit in the Gulf of Mexico? I'm terrified. I'm not going to do 10 miles an hour. I'm just not.
The speed limit in the Gulf of Mexico is for this impact area for Rice's whale. There's like 14 of them left in the Gulf. We'll take care of that.
It's so stupid. I can't, bro. It's painful.
It's really, really frustrating. And for everybody listening, there's really good people out there in enforcement. So I don't mean to cast a shadow on enforcement.
Actually, I'm not picking on law enforcement at all. I've said forever
they need more money.
We've had the FWC in
don't
studio.
Don't defund the police. Give them more money.
I love what the FWC officers do. The problem is they're underfunded. There isn't enough of them. So I don't. You can make all these rules you want. The FWC officers we have are phenomenal. They're underpaid horribly.
Yeah.
They're understaffed. They're overworked, and there just isn't enough of them. Mm-hmm. We got more laws than we got law enforcement. What's the point?
We need more science. We need more enforcement.
I agree. I mean, the science to me is the key.
Can't blame managers that are dealing with bad information and then no enforcement on the back end to enforce their management.
You have to have and part of the problem with the getting the science is part of that's painful. The process to getting to where we need to get. The job hasn't been done right for so long that in order to get it right, those of us living in the now have to go through some painful things. It's the same problem we're having with our government. If you want to straighten things out, it's going to be painful because it's been sloppy for so long.
Yeah.
It's painful to get things right. There has to be a pain time there. So I know we got to take a break.
I got you back.
Thanks, pal. We'll be back. 970 WFLA.
You want the latest on the Rays from the inside pitch to the final out?
Yeah.
The government's got shit all screwed up. Well, in order to get it right, there's going to be a painful transition.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's going to take it right on the freaking soup coolers
Yeah.
because we let this shit go on for so long.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna take it right in the soup. What's a soup cooler? Is that your mouth? Right in the soup cooler. Who says things like that? Oh, I love Mike.
Call Titan Plumbing and Electric today at 813-933-8010 and find out for yourself what thousands of customers already know. Titan Plumbing and Electric is a company you can trust. TitanPlumbingandElectric.com.
Be honest. Since you got up this morning, have you done anything new? Tried any new foods? Listened to new music? Or taken a new route? The good news is, the day isn't over.
Hey, Lexus, turn it up.
And the reinvented Lexus RX is definitely something new. With heart-pounding design, intelligent technology, and the RX 500h Performance Hybrid, never lose your edge with the Lexus RX.
I did it, guys. We got Mike riled up. That's right, Donald BC. I knew he had to go to the gym after this, so we have to get him worked up. It took longer than normal though. He was very zen, so just had to keep poking, and then we found the pressure point.
Located at 9293 Bay Pines Boulevard in St. Pete and online at homemarineresort.com. They sell new and used boats, including
My title.
and specialize in
What?
To guest host.
Yes.
How about that?
Donald VC said he's ready to punch a bunny hugger right in the soup cooler. What is a soup cooler? Your
Soup
mouth
coolers.
or your butt?
Your lips. Punch your
That's what I figured. I was very
Did I say
confused
that
when
on-
you walked out and said that. I was like, "What's a soup cooler?"
I was like, I used that term. I was like, did I say that? I guess I did.
Yeah.
Soup coolers.
Yeah, Donald VC listens to our show a lot, and he loved that bunny hugger thing.
You know, I got the bunny hugger thing from Scott Moore. Scott Moore calls them bunny huggers.
Yeah.
I was always tree hugger, but now I say bunny hugger because of Scott Moore.
Did you see someone on our call screen?
Mookie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Late in the show.
Yeah, I
Too late to get
should
to
have
him.
tried to get to him, but
How's the snapper bite? It's going really well.
the inshore snapper bite's good. The mangroves are good.
Anglers, the best fishing charters in the Bay Area out of Hubbard Marina.
Caught some nice ones off the dock yesterday.
Nice.
It was weird.
Dude, the
'cause
mangrove bite at the dock has been crazy.
it went good, and then it just kind of shut off, just like my snook bite. Like all of a sudden, boom, we caught three, and like
Come to John's fast. It's crazy. It's stupid. I mean, there's this one family that goes out there every day, and I don't know what they're doing with all these fish, but they come out and just destroy the mangroves. They'll be out there for 4 or 5 hours and have a cooler full of mangroves. It's crazy.
God bless them.
Yeah. Just stroking them. Love a little bit of dead air. On the news on Fox 13, they plug me into what they call their IFB. So you'll be listening and you'll hear the news broadcast through your earpiece, and then the producer will talk over it and count you down. But when someone else talks on the IFB, it goes silent. So constantly it just goes totally dead silent. It freaks me out from the radio.
Welcome back. I'm looking forward to my Mangroves Cafe breakfast sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast burrito, too.
Breakfast burrito.
They got it all down there at
It's
Mangroves
so good.
Cafe.
So good.
Yeah.
Dan, the owner, is a veteran, 13577 Feather Sound Drive right here, Suite 180. So it's on the first floor of the same building that we are here in at the iHeart Media Empire. They got a good Cuban sandwich, lots of good food, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Phone number 727-827-7917. Again, Dan is a military veteran, a great guy, and you should get by Mangroves Cafe. You can feel his passion for what he does in the food that he's making down there for sure. So always enjoy breakfast with
Breakfast and lunch.
our main man, Dan. Yeah, you can get lunch too, but I do breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Let's check in real quick with Michael Mookie Wilson, the Mookster from the Lakeland Ledger. Michael, what's up?
Hey, buddy, how you guys doing? All right?
We're doing
good,
Good
man.
to hear you talking on. Good to hear you talking again on the radio, man. I almost thought it was a best of too.
Listen, you guys are not going to shame me into being mad at my schedule. I'm liking
He's happy with it.
I'm liking my new schedule. So,
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I know we're getting close to the clock here, man. I'm down here at Lake Hollingsworth, a little ways down the street from my house, and catching a little bass along the shoreline. Got a few nice schoolie bass on, watermelon red worm.
There you
Pretty
go.
good.
Nice, attaboy.
Yeah, yeah.
Good job, Mookster.
And yeah, looking forward to watching my Gators play for the national championship tonight. I'm a proud UFLA, so go Gators.
Go Gators. I am not an alum, but I am a Gator fan. I'm excited about that too. Let's get another one.
Yeah. Anyway, so how you guys doing? Good?
We're
How's the
good,
fishing
buddy.
been over there?
We're good. It's been a little tough with the weather, for sure. A little tough with the weather.
Yeah.
so.
Treacherous.
Yeah, fisheries having some issues in my opinion, but we're catching some fish, so could be worse.
All right. Yeah, all the rain over here, man, has been really turning on the bass bite.
Yeah, that's what
Ron was saying earlier.
Ron said. Yeah, jamming out there. So
Yeah.
Solid bass bite
Hey,
over in Lakeland.
good to hear your voice, brother. I got to wrap this thing up. Got to try to give us a call a little earlier. You got to slow down the fishing a little earlier and call us earlier, buddy.
He's all wrapped up.
All right, guys. Hey, Mikey, by the way, if you work for corporate, man, you'd be taking out anger management classes. You know that?
That's why I don't work for corporate. Thanks,
Take it
Mookie.
easy, fellas.
Appreciate you. Yeah, that's not happening.
Anger management.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. No, we're managing just fine. Leave us alone.
He's about to go to the gym and get that anger
I am.
managed.
Exactly. That's where you focus.
That's where your anger
Focus.
gets managed.
I want to put a big shout out to Jason Behringer again, keeping us rolling here this morning, getting up early. JB, we appreciate you. Do a great job for us. We got great engineers here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. We will have the band together, me, Mr. Mahoney, and Mr. Marshall all in studio. We've got a 4th of July holiday coming up, so wanting everybody to be safe out there on the water for sure. You got anything?
Yeah, we got our live stream show every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Join us tomorrow night on the Real Animals Facebook page. Join us this coming Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. for a final Friday. Free food, free beer, and have a chance to buy some Real Animals catch.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Again, JB, thank you for getting up early. Thanks to everybody joining us on the live feed. Thanks for everybody that listens. We do appreciate you. Busting our chops, all that good stuff makes the morning fun. So,
That's right. And
yeah.
don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
Too darn busy. Tight lines, everybody. Have a great Saturday. We're out.
The preceding program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
Broadcasting live from the Farah and Farah Accident Attorney.
Thank you guys for watching this morning and tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We always have fun hanging out with you guys, and your comments definitely make it more enjoyable. It was fun, and hopefully you'll join tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. on 620 WDAE, stream live to the Real Animals Facebook page. So definitely tune in tomorrow to catch another episode. Tune in tomorrow night for the live stream show at 7:30 p.m. Hopefully we'll see you this Friday at Hubbard's Marina for Final Friday. Remember, free food, free beer, and live music. Great time, big party, John's Pass wide. And you can try that Real Animals Catch beer. We sell it in our office now, so if you stop by for a fishing trip or a dolphin cruise, you can pick up a 4-pack. So, or you can buy more. So lots of Real Animals Catch, and you got it all over Tampa now, right?
We're in about 20 Publix locations. We're in a couple of bars. Hat Tricks there on Franklin Street in downtown Tampa, the big Tampa Bay Lightning Bar. The guys there brought it in. It's going to be the beer of the month at Hat Tricks. So stop by Hat Tricks. They got great chicken wings too, phenomenal chicken wings that are good for you.
Nice. Very good for you. Facts.
It's good stuff, yeah. So we're in a lot of places here. Coppertail Brewing's phenomenal as well. So if you swing by Ebor or IKEA over there, stop into Coppertail and get you some lunch. It's super good stuff. So.
Yeah, Coppertail is by IKEA.
Yeah,
So I
right
think
across
Pat
the street.
posted
IKEA.
that.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy to find, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows where IKEA is.
Exactly. If you've been on the crosstown, you know where IKEA is.
You could see the sign for miles.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But we do appreciate you guys for sure, and the jabs and all the back and forth is absolutely awesome. The interaction we get from you guys is pretty special, so I appreciate it for sure.
Thanks for making it special, y'all. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode, and we'll see you next week.
Tight Lions. Super good